good? What's good? What's good? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I'm always grateful to be in the presence of the beautiful people. Got to always start the show with gratitude. Y'all know how I give it up. I appreciate you guys for always locking in with your boy. I appreciate you guys for smashing that like button, being subscribed to the show, commenting always, sharing the content, following me on all the socials, talking about it with your homies. I appreciate all of you guys for always staying consistent with your engagement. I can't take that for granted. So make sure you guys keep that energy up. Make sure you guys keep your foot on the gas pedal. I know I am. I know it's the off season, but still we got to keep this thing going because the people always need their food. They need their daily Eagles fix. And I'm going to continue to do my best to make sure we cover all the bases. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Please make sure you stay subscribed to the show. And if you're new to the channel, please, I hope you like what you hear. I hope you like what you see. Hope you like the vibes. Hope you like the energy. I hope you like the ecosystem that we're cultivating here. Please make sure you smash that like button as well and subscribe to the channel. Continue to comment. All my Twitter family, my people on X, I appreciate y'all and I see y'all too. Stay engaged. Keep it locked. Stay retweeting. Keep on following me. It only gets better. And I appreciate you guys to the fullest. Now, enough with the pleasantries. I want to tell you guys right now, this show is going to start off very, very abrasive. So please, I want you to know what I'm going to say, I mean no harm, and I mean it respectfully. First of all, y'all know how I give it up. Y'all know I'm honest. Y'all know I'm realistic. And y'all also know I always weave in the optimism, right? So I was staying locked into the Eagles wire, paying attention to all the news that comes across the ether. And the Eagles coaches, they spoke today, the position coaches. You heard from Clint Hurt, Jeff Stoutland, Doug Nussmeier, the new quarterback coach, Bobby King, the new linebackers coach, Christian Parker, the new DBs coach, right? We heard from those guys, and we're going to get into that. We're going to get into what they addressed. We're going to talk about some players and some expectations for them, especially with this new coaching staff, how high the stakes are with this new coaching staff, the pressure on Nick Sirianni to make things happen with this new coaching staff. We're going to get into all that, right? But I want to start the show out with a little heat. I want to start it out with a little bit of vitriol. So, like I said, I was paying attention to the Eagles wire, and Joe Banner, former Eagles general manager, or I like to say former Eagles executive, he decided to speak on DeVonta Smith's new contract with the Philadelphia Eagles. And it comes in lieu of Justin Jefferson getting his mega deal. Justin Jefferson has just become the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. He's making what, 35 million a year, 34 million a year now. They gave him like a 4-year extension worth what, $140 million, something like that. The Vikings did. So shout out to Justin Jefferson for securing the bag. Super proud of him. I mean, especially when a lot of teams passed on him, Eagles included. A lot of teams passed on him thinking he only could play in the slot, and he showed people that he's much more than a slot receiver. He is arguably the most dominant receiver in the NFL. Some people have their preference. Once you get into that top 5, top 4, 3 category, all right, you can. No one's losing with any of those wide receivers, right? So Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams. You know, once you get into that category, you're not really picking a bad player, right? But Joe Banner decided to speak on DeVonta Smith's contract, the contract he accepted willingly from the Philadelphia Eagles. I could easily try to paraphrase what he said, but I want you guys to read what he said. And maybe you didn't catch it. Maybe you didn't get a chance to see it or read it on Twitter. but I'm going to post it here in the show. And I want you guys to be the judge of this. I'm going to give you guys my perspective, but we're going to read this out loud together. Joe Banner, he tweeted today at 9:28 a.m. Again, this comes on the heels of Justin Jefferson getting his mega deal. Jalen Waddle also got paid as well. Jalen Waddle got a huge contract, I believe, yesterday or the day before. Amon-Ra St. Brown got a huge deal during the offseason. Nico Collins got paid as well. Michael Pittman, Calvin Ridley got paid as well. You know, a lot of guys got paid this offseason, especially wide receivers, and most of these guys got their contract from the team that drafted them. As a matter of fact, all of these guys got their deal from the team that drafted him, except for Calvin Ridley. You know, he was drafted by the Falcons, you know, traded to the Jags, ended up with the Tennessee Titans, right? So, and also, by the way, there are a handful of other wide receivers who are still waiting to get paid. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb. But Joe Banner decided to speak on DeVonta Smith's situation. He says DeVonta Smith should fire his agent. And also, just to add context, DeVonta Smith's agent, I want to make sure I got this thing correct. DeVonta Smith's agent is Kelton Crenshaw of Clutch Sports. Kelton Crenshaw of Clutch Sports. Need I remind you, Nicole Lynn is also an agent at Clutch Sports. I think she heads their NFL or their football division, if I'm not mistaken. I digress. Joe Banner says DeVonta Smith should fire his agent, Kelton Crenshaw, unless he overruled the agent's advice. He completely misread where the market was headed and signed a deal before all these deals reset the market. What was the rush? Another smart deal by the Eagles, but can only happen if the player and the agent allow it. It's like people don't notice when talking about DeVonta Smith. All these players signed with their own teams and were happy where they were. They all did 3 to 4 year deals. He just got a bad deal for him and good for the team. And he also went back and forth with a fan. The fan said, I mean, it's certainly possible DeVonta could have squeezed out a couple more million, but making $25 million a year, despite being a career WR2, not his true talent level, but still the situation is a fantastic outcome. Joe Banner replies saying it's way below his market value. Again, to add context, DeVonta Smith, who's 25 years old, signed a 3-year extension worth $75 million and $51 million guaranteed. That's an average annual salary of $25 million. If you include the 5-year, if you include the 5th-year option, that $25 million a year average drops to about maybe 22, 23 million, if I'm not mistaken. Again, Kelton Crenshaw is DeVonta Smith's agent. Kelton Crenshaw of Clutch Sports. I have a problem with this. I have a big problem with this. And look, I believe anyone has the right to voice their opinion. Seriously, I believe everyone has the innate right to voice their opinions. And look, Joe Banner is a well-respected person in NFL circles. He's a well-respected person in NFL circles. Oh, hold on. I think I got an update. About Joe Banner. Wow. Look at this. Oh, man. And this was posted 3 hours ago. Hold on. The gift that keeps on giving. Let's lock in on this. Let's see what he said. Hold on, you guys. This is real time work here. So this is Joe Banner's new post. His new post. He posted this 3 hours ago, 3:48 p.m. today. He says, I think my comments about DeVonta's deal were too harsh. He has good agents, but I think they missed on this deal. Waddle and St. Brown should not be making 13% more, and that's over $3 million per year. All of these players re-signed with their own teams and took no additional risk. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. And again, respect to Joe Banner for cleaning up his comments, because I was about to rip him a new one, but I'm still going to. I'm not pulling back. I appreciate Joe Banner for clearing up his comments, but I'm not pulling back. So let's go back to the original comments. Again, Joe Banner, this is him trying to clear it up. But I'm going to give you my perspective still. I'm not going to sugarcoat what I was going to say because he decided to pull back on his original comments. I'm going to still give my raw and unadulterated opinion based off what he said originally, even though he provided context and tried to clear up what he said before. You still got to be accountable for what you say, player. You still got to be accountable for what you say, big dog. And Joe Banner, like I was about to say, a well-respected man in NFL circles. He was originally an executive for the Philadelphia Eagles from 1995 to 2012 as president. He was the chief executive officer for the Cleveland Browns from 2012 to 2013. He was a front office consultant for the Atlanta Falcons in 2014 and 2015. Joe Banner has put in the work. Joe Banner understands contracts. Joe Banner understands money, how it moves in this NFL. My opinion is not going to be based off of Joe Banner's intellect. My opinion is not going to be based off of Joe Banner's resume or what he knows or doesn't know. The fact of the matter is, when you take emotion out of it, Joe Banner is actually correct. He's actually correct. DeVonta Smith could have got more money. We all thought DeVonta, at least if I'm being honest, I thought DeVonta would get about $25 million. I'm on record saying that. I said DeVonta would probably get between 24 and 26 million. That was my original assertion. And he ended up getting 25 million. But here's my issue with Joe Banner's statements. It's not the accuracy in which he spoke, because at the end of the day, DeVonta could have got more, especially when you think about what Jalen Waddle got. Jalen Waddle currently is making an average salary of $28.25 million, signed a big deal with the Miami Dolphins. Now the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans, they're all teams that are paying, and the Buccaneers, they're all teams that are paying two wide receivers north of $20 million. Not too many teams are in that situation right now. You have the Buccaneers, who are paying Mike Evans and Chris Godwin north of $20 million. You have the Chicago Bears, who are paying Keenan Allen and DJ Moore north of $20 million. You have the Houston Texans, who are paying Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins north of $20 million. You have the Eagles, who are paying two wide receivers north of $20 million. You have the Dolphins, who are paying two wide receivers north of $20 million. So this is going to become the new norm, especially when you have the talent in the building. This is going to become the new norm. But here's my problem, you guys. My problem with Joe Banner's statements is that he assumes that he knows what's best for the player. He assumes that DeVonta Smith left money on the table, or he wasn't privy to the market, or he misread the market. I think a blind man could have saw where these contracts were going. I don't think DeVonta Smith nor his agent, Kelton Crenshaw, misread the market. Again, Joe Banner says he said DeVonta Smith should fire his agent. He completely misread the market unless he overruled the agent's advice. Why sign a deal and rush when the market is about to be reset? Here's the thing. Joe Banner assumes that DeVonta Smith got fleeced. When you get fleeced, that means that something happened without your knowledge. Somebody took advantage of you, right? But I beg to differ in DeVonta Smith's situation. I'm of the mindset, and look, I don't know DeVonta Smith. I don't know his heart. I don't know his wants and needs and desires. I don't know anything about DeVonta Smith personally. All I know is what he gives to the people. All I know is what he's done in his football career. But I'm not going to pretend to know him, but I'm going to judge the man based off of how he's carried himself throughout his career. DeVonta Smith has been a rather modest gentleman, a consummate professional, one of the first ones in, one of the last ones to leave, a true technician at his craft, a masterful worker, tremendous work ethic, correct? So for Joe Banner to say what he believes the player missed out on, that's your opinion. And again, logistically, DeVonta probably could have got more. I think it goes without saying. DeVonta could have got more money, right? But again, you assume DeVonta didn't want the deal he had or he got. DeVonta Smith wanted to get his negotiations done. Based off of the actions and how things transpired, DeVonta Smith didn't want to waste time. He wanted to get his deal making behind him. He wanted to put the negotiations behind him. I'm never mad at a player for holding out and trying to get his money's worth from his respective organization. I'm also never mad at a player for taking the contract that he wants for himself, the contract that he's satisfied with, even when he probably could have got more. Sometimes you got to know when to get out of the casino, even if you know you got a chance at making more. Every player is not trying to hamstring their organization. Money is not the end all be all for every player. Because at the end of the day, when you get into that arena, 20 million, 24 million, 25, 26, like at that point, what are we really talking about here? As far as I'm concerned, DeVonta Smith can spend the same kind of money that Jalen Waddle can spend, or Stephon Diggs, or AJ Brown. Sure, AJ Brown makes $32 million a year. DeVonta Smith makes $25 million. But when you get into that pool, I mean, they all getting into the same club. They all could buy the same cars. They all could spend the same. They all could buy the same houses. So all I'm trying to say is DeVonta's perspective is a lot different than some of these other guys. Because we cover the NFL, because we're so in tune with the business as spectators, as enthusiasts, as fans, as professionals, because we're so locked in on what these players make and we're so locked in on the salary cap, the NFL, pro sports, has given people a license to pocket watch. I'll say it again. Pro sports has given people the license to pocket watch and determine what's best and not best for a player or an organization. I believe there's a time and a place to pocket watch. And I don't think this is a situation where you pocket watch another man. This is my humble opinion. You can agree or disagree. I'm of the mindset, if this player was comfortable with the contract he signed, why go at his agent? Why go at him? He know he probably could have held out for more. His agent probably said, yo, DeVonta, we can get 28, 27. I know his agent. The agent is always going to try to get you the most money. You want to know why? Because that's their commission. That's their commission. The more money they get you, the more money they make. So I'm willing to bet Kelton Crenshaw wanted to get the most money for his client. But I'm also willing to bet DeVonta Smith said, look, Kelton, I'm not trying to reset the market. I'm not trying to be the highest paid dude. I just want what's fair to me. This is what I'm looking for. I want the deal done. I want it behind me. This is what I want for myself. I don't need, look, money is money. I'm gonna always get it. I'm making money off the field. Just get me this deal. Get me a fair deal that I want for myself. Make sure the guarantee money look right, and let's get it done. So again, Joe Banner tried to clean it up. I'm gonna give him credit for trying to clean it up, but I'm also going to address what he said because that's what we're here for. Pro sports has given people a license to pocket watch comfortably. You're paying that guy that, and look, I'm a victim of it. Like I said, we all love and we all cover pro sports in our own right. It's given us a license to pocket watch without any recourse. We assume we know what's best for the player financially. DeVonta Smith took his money, got out of the casino, and is taking care of his family, secured generational wealth. So to say his agent should be fired, granted, you cleaned it up, but you said that, and you got to be accountable for that. To say his agent should be fired, if he allowed that to happen, and maybe DeVonta did overrule Kelton. Like I said, I'm willing to argue. I'm willing to concede that DeVonta probably did overrule Kelton, because again, your agent's trying to get you the most money. The more money you make, the more money they make. Agents ain't trying to take no shorts. Agents can be cutthroat. But DeVonta took the money that he wanted for himself. He decided to re-sign. He decided to re-sign with the team that drafted him. DeVonta Smith is looking at his situation and saying, I got A.J. Brown next to me. I got Jalen Hurts as my quarterback, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, this offensive line. You know, I'm trying to win big. I'm in this for more than just trying to reset the market every time I get paid. I'm trying to win big, and I want to make sure we still have an opportunity to win big. So for anybody who just hopped into the live stream, I want to recap what's happened so people can know what's going on. And again, keep in mind, everyone, this is the off season. We make lemonade out of limes here. The off season, all we got is OTAs, random transactions, tweets, and contracts being done. We don't have too much to really unpack. So we're going to continue. We're going to rehash it. We're going to get real creative with the content. But also, when we see things in the media that happens, we're going to bite on it. We're going to sink our teeth into it, and we're going to milk it for what it's worth. So, Joe Banner, for those who don't know, Joe Banner, former executive for the Philadelphia Eagles from 1995 to 2012, well-respected in NFL circles. I want to make that very clear. Joe Banner is well-respected. My vitriol for his comments has nothing to do with his football acumen. It has everything to do with the assumptions he's making. Joe Banner said DeVonta Smith should fire his agent unless he overruled the agent's advice. He completely misread where the market was headed and signed the deal before all these deals reset the market. What was the rush? Another smart deal by the Eagles, but can only happen if the player and agent allow it. It's like people don't notice when talking about Smith. All these players signed with their own teams and were happy where they were. They all did 3 to 4 year deals. He just got a bad deal for him and a good deal for the team. Who's to say it's a bad deal for him? Who's to say that? He's making generational wealth. Again, could he have gotten more? Sure. I'm not debating that angle. He could have got more. He probably should have got more. But that's not up for me to say. If a player looks at the market, looks at his situation, and knows who he is, and has certain wants and needs that he requires, and takes the money that he wants for himself, even though he knows he could get more, why am I going to kill that player? Why am I going to advocate for someone being fired? The agent, like my man Pro Fan Talk just said, the agent works for the player. Point blank, period. It's very simple. Joe Banner tried to clean it up. He acknowledged that his statement was too harsh, the way he said it, but he still stands by his statement, but he just feels like it was a little too harsh the way he said it. Fair enough. And again, logistically, DeVonta could have got more. Emotion aside, DeVonta should have got more. I had him getting around 25, 26. He ended up getting 25. So I predicted correctly. And that's even knowing there were players that were going to get more. And I was basing it off of the latest players that got paid. Michael Pittman signed a deal, making $23 million a year. Calvin Ridley signed a deal, making $23 million a year. And the DeVonta followed suit, making 25. Who am I to say that's a bad deal for that man? Who am I to say DeVonta Smith got fleeced? Who am I to say that? Who am I to say DeVonta Smith got burnt? Who am I to say that? Now, granted, I'm an Eagles fan. Y'all see how I'm carrying it? I'm an Eagles fan. I support the team. That's how I rock. So any deal that's team friendly is going to make me happy, right? That's my biased opinion. But just me as a man, forget being an Eagles fan, forget being a fan of the sport. As a man, who am I to say what's best for another man? Who am I to say what's good enough for another man? DeVonta Smith's perspective probably was, again, I'm not trying to reset the market. I could care less about trying to be the highest paid dude. I love football. I'm a master at this shit. I'm trying to make what's fair. I'm trying to make market value, and I'm trying to take care of my family, secure generational wealth. Fuck everything else. A pro's pro. And to put it in perspective, you guys, I want to show you guys how the money's being made at the wide receiver position. Again, Joe Banner's comments come on the heels of Justin Jefferson securing the largest contract ever given to a non-quarterback in NFL history. Justin Jefferson signed a huge deal with the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson is now making $35 million per season in average salary. A.J. Brown re-upped with the Philadelphia Eagles, making $32 million a year. Amon-Ra St. Brown is making $30 million. He re-upped with the Detroit Lions. Tyreek Hill, he signed he's making $30 million a year. Jalen Waddle, he signed his deal this offseason, making $28.25 million. Devontae Adams, he's been making that money, making $28 million a year. Cooper Kupp making $26.7. DeVonta Smith making $25. Nico Collins making $24.25. DK Metcalf making $24. Deebo Samuel making $23.85 million. Michael Pittman $23.3. Calvin Ridley $23 million. Scary Terry $22.78 million. Stephon Diggs $22.5 million. T. Higgins is on the franchise tag currently, making $21.8. DJ Moore, 20 million or 20.6. Mike Evans, 20.5. Keenan Allen, 20 million. Amari Cooper, 20 million. Chris Godwin, 20 million. So there's 21 receivers in the NFL making an average salary of 20 million or more. There's only 4 receivers in the NFL making an average of 30 million or more. But regardless, DeVonta Smith is still in the top 10. He's in the top 10 of his position monetarily. So he's making around the same amount of money as all those guys. Again, what's the real, besides the obvious numeric, despite the obvious numeric values, what's the real difference between 25 million and 28? Obviously, an asshole's going to say 3 million, Tone. What the fuck? You can't do math? Yes. But again, I want you to use your thinking cap. And I know a lot of you guys will, but you're gonna have your guys who nitpick, right? But regardless, if I make 25 and my brother make 28, you think I'm tripping? You think I'm saying, damn, I missed out on, I'm an idiot. I could have got, if I'm making 25 million and my homie making 27 or 28, or if I'm making 30, my man's making 28, you think we hating off each other? We fucking lit. We lit. It's up. Oh, I could buy that too. Oh, I can buy that too. These guys can't go. Come on. It's not like these guys can't play around in the same rooms. And also, DeVonta Smith strikes me as the kind of guy that's very, very smart with his money. He strikes me as the kind of guy that invests. He strikes me as the kind of guy that has his affairs in order. So again, Joe Banner, I understand you built an entire career of pocket watching. That's the nature of the league. You got to pay attention to the numbers. You got to pay attention to how this money being spent. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's a pro sports has given us a license to pocket watch for good reason, right? We're all monitoring the amount of money our favorite teams are spending. We're all monitoring all the money that's being made from these players, because this is how rosters are constructed. This is how rosters are built. There are teams who know how to spend the money well, or who know how to allocate resources well. There are teams that don't know how to allocate resources very well. But the bottom line is, DeVonta Smith could have robbed the Brinks truck on Harvey Roseman. But you know what he did? He said, you know what? I know what I want. I know who I need. I know who I am. I know my values. And again, I'm not trying to shit on players who got more. I'm not trying to shit on players who hold out. Everyone has different aspirations. Everyone has different motivations in life. Everyone looks at money a lot differently than the next man or woman. But I'm not going to shit at another man for knowing his value and saying, you know what? This works for me. Hey, can I get more? Sure. But this works for me. That's my take on it. That's my perspective. So although pro sports has given us a license to pocket watch, I feel like we should be doing that relatively gingerly. I think we need to be careful of the extent in which we pocket watch. Because pocket watching where I'm from that shit can get you hit. Where I'm from, pocket watching, we don't, where they do that at? I'm just saying. But it's pro sports. It's the nature of the business. We're always monitoring how much players are making, how much teams are spending. You have to know these things, right? But don't get comfortable thinking that we have the right to decide what's best for a player, or don't get it construed and overstep your bounds, calling for another man's job because his client wanted something different than what he could have got. Like I said, I know I'm willing to bet any amount of money. Kelton Crenshaw said to DeVonta, "You sure? 25 million? We can get more. We can get more. Jalen Waddle about to get paid. We can get more. T. Higgins is about to get paid. We can get more. CeeDee Lamb is about to get paid. We can get more, DeVonta. I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar." DeVonta Smith's agent, Kelton Crenshaw of Clutch Sports. I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar. DeVonta Smith said to Kelton Crenshaw, "Hey, yeah, I know I can get more, but I want this behind me, man. Just give me something fair, and everything will take care of itself, man. Just make sure the guarantees is right. That's all." I have a lot of respect for Joe Banner and what he's built with the Philadelphia Eagles. I do. I have a lot of respect for Joe Banner. I even respect his opinions 99% of the time. But 1% of the time, which is now, you got it wrong, champ. You got it wrong, champ. And I don't mean logistically or numerically. DeVonta could have got more. I think we all can say without a doubt, after seeing Jalen Waddle get what he got, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all those guys, I think we can say without a doubt DeVonta could have got more. I think there's nothing wrong acknowledging that, but to take it a step further, and jump off the cliff and say DeVonta Smith should fire his agent. He completely misread where the market was headed. He just got a bad deal for him and good for the team. Yeah, the deal was good for the team, for sure. But again, everybody don't want the same things. And that's the problem we have in society. We like to impose our own wants, needs, and desires on others. That's not how this shit works. If I'm an agent and I say to my client, "Hey, we can get these motherfuckers for 30 million. I can get you, if we wait, if we push, we can get 30 million, big dog. Just let me put the vice grips on them. I can get you 30, big dog." But if my client says, "Listen, Tone, big bro, we probably can get 30. And I have no doubt that you're going to do everything possible to get me a number close to that. But honestly, I don't really care. Money is money. I'm healthy. I got my wits about me. My goal is just to take care of my family, take care of my newborn daughter, my lady, my parents, give back to my community. I'm making plenty of money off the field. I'm just give me something fair, man. Give me something fair. I want this done as soon as possible, big bro. I don't want to have to take this into OTAs. I don't want to have to take this into training camp or the preseason or into the season. You see, this is a prime example of knowing yourself. This is a prime example of knowing yourself. And before I explain what I mean by that, please make sure you guys smash that like button. It means a lot to me. We got over 140 people on the live stream, 76 people on X, 68 people on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Please continue to smash that like button. It means a lot to me. Continue to lock in. Means a lot. Stay engaged. Stay engaged. Smash that like button. If you're new to the content, please make sure you are subscribed. The subscriptions go a long way. Please make sure you also hit that notification bell. The notification bell lets you guys know when I go live, when I drop content. Please make sure you guys stay locked in. I want to read this super chat real quick. J62 Moon says, I think it's a compliment to DeVonta's game. Yeah, I mean, again, we know DeVonta could have got more. And thank you so much for donating, Jay. I appreciate you, man. Let me make sure I take care of you for that, man. Let me get you a wrench. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, sure, it's a compliment, right? Saying DeVonta could have got more, but it's like a backhanded compliment. It's like, yeah, you could have got more, but what are you stupid? You could have got more. Your agent. What are you guys doing over there? It's like backhanded. It's like, yeah, the player's worth more. He settled. Bad deal. Eagles got away with one. Let me go back to my point. And Jay, thank you so much for donating to the channel, my friend. Thank you so much. This $1.99 goes a long way. Your investment is not in vain. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I mentioned to you guys earlier, DeVonta Smith strikes me as the kind of guy who knows himself. When it comes to negotiations, when it comes to getting what you want and getting what you deem is fair for yourself, it goes back to knowing yourself. It goes back to knowing what your wants, needs, and desires are in life. You know what it means to me when DeVonta got his deal done early? You know what that says to me? That says to me the player wants to keep everything about football. He wants to keep his mind focused on football. He didn't want his deal to linger in the OTAs. He didn't want his deal to linger into training camp or the preseason or going into the season or into the draft. He didn't want it to linger. He wanted to get it done. DeVonta Smith could have waited. His agent knows that. This is clutch sports we're talking about. Nicole Lynn's people. LeBron James and Rich Paul and them guys, they get their coin. They don't waste no time about trying to get that money. They make sure their clients get paid. You saw what Quinyon Williams got paid? That's another Nicole Lynn client. Nicole Lynn's clients gets paid. Clutch sports clients get paid. But DeVonta, I'm willing to bet, said to himself, look, man, just get it done. I'm not trying to reset the market. Just get it done. Forrest Hill, you said something very interesting. $25 million a season for him is a lot of money. He's also living frugal. That's another thing too, right? DeVonta Smith probably doesn't even live an extravagant life. Again, I'm guessing. I don't know the man at all. If he spends any kind of money, if I had to guess, he probably spend it on those suits he wear every week. Because that brother come to the games fly. Let's make that clear. He probably spend it on suits and crawfish broils. If I'm being honest with you, man. But DeVonta, like, you know what it is? $25 million to somebody who spends their money wisely versus somebody who makes $30 million or $35 million who don't spend their money wisely. In my humble opinion, we got the same money. In my humble opinion, we playing in the same pool pit. If I make 20 million and you make 25, but I'm better with my money than you, who's winning and who's not? If you make 30 million and I make and I make 40, but you're way smarter with your money and way smarter with your investments, but I make more, yet I just spend and I just like to look flashy and I do my thing and I'm moving around like a demon. Who's really got fleeced, or who got the bad deal, so to speak? And I mean that facetiously, right? 40 million, not a bad deal. But what I'm saying is, if I'm smart with my money and I don't spend that much money, I'm pretty simple. I can make an argument. You know what? I don't like talking about how other players move because I don't know them personally. But if I'm being honest about this, DeVonta Smith makes $25 million a season. DeVonta Smith makes $25 million a season, right? Tyreek Hill makes $30 million a season. DeVonta Smith has one child. Tyreek Hill, Lord knows how many kids he got. Lord knows how many baby moms he got. We keep it in 100. We keeping it real in the show. I don't care who say what. We keeping it real on this show. DeVonta Smith make $25 million a year. Got one daughter with his girl. A humble dude. Tyreek Hill make $30 million a year. Multiple baby moms. Multiple children. Lives a rather flashy lifestyle. Who money gonna last longer? And I'm not even trying to hate on Tyreek Hill. I promise you I'm not. I'm not trying to hate on Tyreek Hill. I promise you. But I'm just trying to keep it funky. I'm just trying to keep it G, because we could do that here. My 25 million versus your 30. I got one daughter with my girl. You got multiple children with multiple women. Who money gonna last longer? Y'all tell me. Who money gonna last longer? I think y'all get the point. So, love goes out to DeVonta Smith. Bruce. Brucey. No, Brucey. No, my man Brucey said it depends on the hoe. No. No way. Forrest Hill says Antonio Brown is an example of what not to get yourself involved in. He's about to be broke. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I don't want to spend too. I mean, I've already spent nearly an hour on this topic, but I just wanted to air my grievances with Joe Banner's comments, because although numerically and logistically he is correct, I don't want to act like Bruce. I don't want to act like Joe Banner doesn't know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. Numerically, monetarily, when it comes to these negotiations and deal making and knowing how to read a market, Joe Banner knows exactly what he's talking about. He's a whiz when it comes to this stuff. He knows what he's talking about, but he missed the boat when he overstepped his boundary when he called for his agent to be fired. He overstepped his boundary saying it was a bad deal for the player. He overstepped his boundary assuming that he knows what's best for the player. And again, I don't want to just kill Joe Banner, because he did try to clean up his statements. He did try to retract what he said. He tried to clean it up. He said, I think my comments about Devontae's deal were too harsh. He has good agents, but I think they missed on this deal. Waddle of Miami and St. Brown of the Lions should not be making 13% more, and that's over $3 million per year. All of these players re-signed with their own teams and took no additional risk. So he tried to clean it up. Much respect to you for not being egotistical, not being prideful, and coming out saying, you know what, I kind of was I was a little bit too aggressive with that. There was a better way to get off what I was trying to say. There was a better way to express my sentiments when it came to DeVonta Smith's contract negotiations as it compares to Jalen Waddle, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, all those guys that got paid. I want to give him credit for not being prideful and tweaking his comments. And I have a ton of respect for Joe Barron for what he's built with the Philadelphia Eagles, his resume in the NFL. I have no gripe. I have no ill will in terms of his resume. He is very qualified to speak on the issue. I just believe he overstepped his boundaries a tad. And that invoked something in me. I was motivated to speak my piece on this. Because again, Kelton Crenshaw works for Clutch Sports. He works with and for Nicole Lynn, LeBron James, and Rich Paul. He works for those people. Those people know how to get somebody paid. Rich Paul got Anthony Davis paid when Anthony Davis don't deserve the money he begins sometimes because he can't stay on the court. I digress. Again, I'm overstepping. Let me not talk about what a player deserves. I overstep. See how easy it is to overstep? You see how easy it is to play yourself? So again, I'm not going to say, oh, DeVonta Smith's agent is an idiot. He got fleeced. What the fuck? I'm not going to do that because that's corny to me. The reality is the agent works for the player, not the other way around. If DeVonta Smith was comfortable with his deal, if he was comfortable with how the deal got done, if he's comfortable when the deal got done, who am I to say what he should have got? Who am I to say what his agent did or shouldn't did? Like, who am I to say that? Like I said to you guys earlier, I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar. Kelton Crenshaw told DeVonta, yo, we can get more than $25 million, DeVonta. DeVonta, think big. AJ is making 25 now. The Eagles are going to bet to re-up him. I can get you 28. Your boy Jalen Waddle, same draft class as you. You guys have put up the same numbers since you both have been in the league. Jamar Chase, your other draft mate, he's about to get paid big money. You saw what Nico Collins got? You're way better than him. Justin Jefferson is about to blow the market out of the water. Amon-Ra St. Brown is about to blow the market out of the water. DeVonta, this is me, Crenshaw. This is me, Kelton. I can get you more than 25, player. Trust me on this. Just give me a month. Just push it to OTAs. I know I can get you more money. You know what DeVonta probably said? Kelton, baby. Crenshaw, my boy, my guy, my G. Yes. I know you can get me more money. Yes. I know if I wait and I wait and I wait, I could probably get 27 or 28. I know I can get more. But honestly, I love playing for this team. I care about my relationships. Shout out to my man, Philly Mike from the Philly Talk podcast. I care about my relationships. I care about this team. I want to win here. I was drafted here. This team believed in me when a lot of people did not because of my size. Honestly, Kelton Crenshaw, my brother, You know how I live. You know how I move. You know me like the back of your hand. So you know what I'm about to say to you, Kelton. Although I know you can get me 28, hell, maybe you can get me 29. Who knows? But just give me something fair. I don't need to reset the market. Get the deal done as early as possible. I don't want to take this negotiation into the draft. I don't want to take this negotiation into OTAs or training camp or the preseason or midway through the season. I don't want to take this through that, man. I'm a simple man. I live within my means. And quite frankly, 25 million, 28 million. Last time I checked, we could play ball in the same arena. Last time I checked, them courtside seats cost the same, no matter if I make 25 or he make 28. Last time I checked, I could buy the same cars as them. Last time I checked, I could buy the same yachts as them. Last time I checked, I could buy the same villas as them. So, honestly, for me, just get my deal done. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I'm not looking at the next man for what I should get paid. I know what I want. I know what makes me comfortable. All I care about is securing generational wealth for my daughter, securing generational wealth for my lady, for my family, my parents, my siblings. I'm not trying to overthink this, Kelton. And Kelton, I know you can get me more. Kelton, relax. I know you can get me more, but I don't need more. This is what works for me. And I think Kelton Crenshaw said, DeVonta, are you sure? I can get you more. Remember, you guys, the more the player makes, the more the agent will make. So you better believe Kelton Crenshaw of Clutch Sports was pushing the goddamn needle. But DeVonta ultimately said, Kelton, respectfully, you work for me. And I want you to get a deal that works for me. And that's that. That's how I look at it. That's my perspective. That's honestly my perspective. Some people may feel differently. Some people may feel like DeVonta played himself. Some people may say, oh, DeVonta got robbed, got fleeced. He misread the market. He got a bad deal. Who the fuck are you to say that? I told y'all when the show started, I'm coming with the heat. I'm bringing vitriol. I'm brazen right now. I told you guys the energy I was coming with the show. Stay with me now. Hang with me. I know it's getting a little hot in this kitchen, but trust me, the gumbo is cooking, and you're going to love it. I promise you. The cheesesteaks is going to be better than you ever had. Just stay in the kitchen. I know it's getting hot. I know it's getting hot in this motherfucker. I know I'm making you uncomfortable, but trust me, I got you. I will take you to the promised land. So shout out to DeVonta Smith. Shout out to Kelton Crenshaw of Clutch Sports. Man, you know what? Shout out to Justin Jefferson. Shout out to Jalen Waddle. Shout out to A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, Michael Pittman Jr., Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins. Shout out to all those, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shout out to all those players who got the deal they wanted and are seeking the deal they want for themselves. It's straight like that, people. Make sure y'all smash that like button, please. Please, we still got some more to talk about. Man, if you guys are just hopping through this live stream, man, oh man, you missed the party. Man, oh man, you missed the ass beating. Wop, Tone, fuck 'em up. Also, I want to give a shout out to Joe Banner. Because Joe Banner put the battery in my back today. I want to give a shout out to Joe Banner respectfully because Joe Banner is so knowledgeable of the game. Joe Banner knows what he's doing. Joe Banner is not an idiot. Joe Banner understands the market. He understands this game. Joe Banner ain't slow. He ain't saying nothing wrong monetarily and logistically. He didn't say nothing wrong about that, but I just felt like he overstepped a bit. I feel like he jumped out the window, and I didn't like it. And I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. I didn't like it not one bit. That's all it is for me. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no disrespect. But all I'm trying to say is don't talk about another man's money, especially when he happy with what he got. That never been the vibe. Like I told y'all know what y'all know how it go. Pro sports has given us a license to pocket watch. It's given us a license to pocket watch. And it's okay. It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of it. It comes with the territory. We all pocket watching. We talking about what players getting paid. We talk about what they're making endorsements. We talk about their deals. We talk about the kind of money these organizations are spending. We talk about it. It's a part of it. It's baked into the product. But I think a line should be drawn when a player decides what's best for him and when and how he wants his deal to be done. I think a line must be drawn in how we discuss and air our opinions about said player and said player's deal. That's all it is for me, man. That's all. That's all. How would I look trying to tell you what I think you should got, what you should have got? How do I look trying to tell Reggie what he deserved or what he should have got? How do I look trying to tell Fitness Warrior how to spend his money or the kind of money he should be making? How do I look? How do I look trying to tell Corey, hey, Corey, I don't mean no harm, but you could have got a better deal for that building your company at. How do I look telling Corey, hey, listen, man, I feel like you could have got a better building for less money, man. But what if Corey got the building he wanted for his business? What if Corey said, Tone, with all due respect, brother, this is the building I wanted. And I was comfortable spending the money I spent on it. So I don't need you telling me what I should have got or what I could have got. This works for me. I appreciate you thinking that you're giving me advice. But with all due respect, Tone, this location, this building works for me. And I got to respect that. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't even be comfortable enough questioning how another man spend or make his money. But that's just me. I look at this shit a lot differently than a lot of people. And I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable standing on the island. I got certain principles that I carry with me in this content game. But like I said, pocket watching, it's baked into the product. It's never going to stop. And you're going to see me talking about money later on as well. You're going to see me talking about money at different times, especially when it comes to how the team constructs the roster. And that's the only context in which I speak about the money with players and organizations, how to build the roster, and can you find a way to finagle the numbers? You know what I mean? I just don't. I just don't like when I don't like when people start to act like they know what's better for a player. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I just don't like that. But nonetheless, getting off this DeVonta Smith topic, I actually spent more time on it than I thought I would. But I want to talk to you guys about the press conferences that happened today amongst the Eagles position coaches. We had Jeff Stoutland speak. We had Clint Hurt speak as well, the D-line coach. Christian Parker, DB coach. Bobby King, the linebacker coach. And Doug Nussmeier, the quarterback coach. So I guess we can go in order. Jeff Stoutland, they asked him about the competition between Tyler Steen and possibly Trevor Keegan. The competition in general for the right guard spot. They asked him about Cam Jurgens and his acclimation to being the center. They talked about Lane Johnson, stepping up in a bigger way as a veteran, for his young guys. Jordan Mailata, coming into his own as a leader. Jeff Stoutland, he never really gives you too much, but in my opinion, I feel like when Jeff Stoutland speaks, he speaks in such a colorful way, in such a sincere way. It doesn't really matter what he's saying. You feel like whatever he's saying, he means it. Even if he's trying to tiptoe around a subject or not really give the media too much to sink their teeth into, it always seems as if he's speaking thoughtfully, eloquently, and with intention and sincerity. And I always appreciate Jeff Stoutland for always giving his opinion the way he gives his opinion. And I love the way he talks about the game. It got me thinking again, the competition at right guard is going to be so key. And I don't think Tyler Steen has that position locked up at all. I don't think Tyler Steen has right guard locked up not one bit. I think Trevor Keegan can push him. I don't know the extent of how they see Matt Hennessy. I know historically he's been a center and a left guard. I don't know how they feel about him being a right guard. But I think that right guard spot is still up for debate. Tyler Steen does have a year of NFL experience on his side. A year that Trevor Keegan does not have. Matt Hennessy has more experience than all those guys. Right? But Trevor Keegan comes in very polished, very accomplished, a blue-collar mentality, confident in his abilities, fears no man. I think it's going to be a hell of a competition at right guard. And I think Jeff Stoutland knows that. But at the same time, he's not willing to get too deep into it. And I respect it. And I remember that. Moving on to Clint Hurt. Fitness Warrior says, Tone, I don't know. Coach Stout compared Tyler Steen to Brandon Brooks. Did he? I think he was trying to say Brandon Brooks is what you aim for at that position. Maybe I heard it a little differently, right? Maybe I heard it a little differently, Fitness. Because the way I heard it is Brandon Brooks is the standard. And he's confident that Tyler Steen is trending in the right direction, trending in that direction. Again, Tyler Steen has a year of NFL experience, a year of NFL weight training programs that Trevor Keegan does not have. But I just think that it's going to be competitive. Neither of those players were drafted too high. If I'm not mistaken, Tyler Steen was drafted in the 3rd round, pick 65, whereas little Trevor Keegan was drafted in the 5th round. if I'm not mistaken. Was it the 5th round that Trevor Keegan was drafted in? Trevor Keegan. All right, here we are. Taking forever. All right. Trevor Keegan was drafted in the 5th round, like I said, to the Eagles. They both come from esteemed programs. So, look, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be competitive. That's all I'm saying. And I just don't want people to think Steen just has it locked up. I just don't want us to think that. It's very early in the process. Very early in the process. And I'm not even trying to say Tyler Steen doesn't deserve the position. All I'm saying is, hey, there's competition in the room. Also, Trevor Keegan is a true right guard. Tyler Steen is evolving into the position. It's going to be competitive, and it's going to be exciting. And the one thing I know, if Jeff Stoutland got his hands on it, the best player will be on the field. The best player will be on the field. Thank you. That's all. I think it's going to be really exciting. Now, let's moving on to Clint Hurt. Clint Hurt, I really enjoyed his press conference because, that brother, man, he commands a room. You could spot Clint Hurt in the crowd. That's a big brother. So Clint Hurt, the one thing that stood out to me about his interview was, they talked to him about Jordan Davis, and Jordan Davis is obviously the player that we're watching all off season, especially on defense. I think we can all agree that Jordan Davis is the player to watch on the defensive line above everyone else. I think if you had to rank them, you're saying Jordan Davis is 1, Nolan Smith is 2, Bryce Huff is 3, Jalen Carter 4, Sweat 5, in that order. I think that's the order in which we're clocking these players. All eyes are going to be on Jordan Davis. So that's how I look at it. And I think Clint Hurt understands that, because when Clint Hurt was asked about Jordan Davis, he made it very clear. When it comes to Jordan Davis, this isn't about talent. This isn't about his capabilities. This isn't about skill set or technique. This isn't about power. This is about conditioning. This is about conditioning. And Clint Hurt made that very clear. And Clint Hurt made it also very clear he's pushing every player to their limit. He told these players, hey, be careful what you ask for, because I'm going to give it to you. Woo! That was the quote of the day for me. Clint Hurt said, the players came in and said, especially Jordan Davis, he said, listen, push me to my limit. I want to get better. Don't hold back. That man, Clint Hurt, said, hey, be careful what you ask for, because I give it to you. God damn it. Somebody hold me back. I'm about to jump through the screen. I'm ready to lift some weights now. So I really enjoyed Clint Hurt. I loved how he talked about Milton Williams. Milton Williams, he's now the veteran on the D-line. Believe it or not, obviously Brandon Graham is in the building. But amongst the D tackles, give me that. I'm sorry, you guys. I got my dog here, and he likes chewing on this toy right here that squeaks loud. I can't have that. Hey, give it here. Let me get that. I can't have that. Give me 1 second. My wife should have known better. Give me that. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. I got a puppy right here. He got this little squeaking toy that's too damn loud, and he ain't messing up my show because we cooking right now. We cooking with fish grease. So, like I said, he talked about Milton Williams as well. Milton Williams is the veteran in the DT room now. I think Milton Williams is going to make a big jump this year. He's going to get significantly more snaps now that Fletcher Cox is not here. And on top of that, Milton Williams is stepping up into his role. He's stepping up and remaining teachable regardless. I love that about Milton Williams. Milton Williams has always been a professional. He's always given 110%, especially in his role. I'm a big Milton Williams fan, right? But Clint Hurt, he looks at this room, and he acknowledges that this is the youngest group he's ever had. The youngest group he's ever had. And he's looking forward to molding these guys. He's looking forward to getting these guys ready for the season. I think Clint Hurt is going to bring the pain. I think Clint Hurt is going to bring that fire. I firmly believe that, y'all. I firmly believe that. I'm trying to think what else Clint Hurt talked about that stood out to me. He talked about how, coming to Philadelphia, his whole mindset was, I want to come to an organization that's established. They want to win. There's talent here. They have a winning culture. All things you want to hear. All things you want to hear, right? So yeah, moving on. Moving on. Oh, somebody reminded me. He talked about Fletcher Cox as well. He talked about how Fletcher Cox is a tremendous player, and that's not the kind of player that you just replace. He's not the kind of player that you can just find, right? He's not the kind of player that you just can easily replace. So he gave a lot of credit to Fletcher Cox. He even spoke on how when Jordan Davis said, hey, no one's coming to save us. Fletcher's gone. Nobody's coming to save us. Clint Hurt had a different perspective on that. He says, that kind of sounds negative. I understand what he's trying to say, but the bottom line is these players know what's expected of them. They know it's time for them to show up. They know that. So all they got to do is do their jobs, trust me, and we're gonna be good. So yeah, Fitness Warrior, I think Clint Hurt is gonna have these guys ready to go. I firmly believe that. All right. Before we continue, you guys, I really appreciate the love, appreciate the support. You guys have been tremendous. We have over 150 people on the live stream. We got 73 people on the YouTube side, 85 people on X. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for always staying locked on the content. We still have some more things to discuss. Don't get it twisted. We still got a lot of stuff to discuss here. Where are we? So now Christian Parker, the new DB coach. Oh my God. This guy. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Listen, I'm not going nowhere. Just hold on. Come here. All right. There we go. You got to relax, dog. You're doing a little too much movement. All right. There we go. So now, so like I was saying, Christian Parker, he spoke on, obviously he's the DB coach. Christian Parker's the DB coach, and he spoke on Quinyon Mitchell. He spoke on Cooper DeJean. Spoke on Isaiah Rodgers, Darius Slay, Avonte Maddox. He spoke on the entire DB room. and that ultimately, there's going to be a lot of competition. And overall, his goal is to make sure that everybody just understands what their job is. That's his biggest thing. He wants people to understand. He wants people to know what their jobs are. I got him. Don't worry about it. He's in my hands. I got him. I'm almost finished. So the bottom line is Christian Parker. He advised Quinyon Mitchell, hey, I need you to get close to Darius Slay. He spoke on how they have so much versatility. And they're going to use these players as such. But as of right now, they want to focus on instilling the fundamentals, right? They're taking time day by day to have one thing to focus on. This day, we're focusing on off ball. We're focusing. Then the next day, we're focusing on press. Then lead positioning. Then maintaining cushion. All those things. So Christian Parker, I'm really curious to see where he takes his DB room. Obviously, I feel like what was my man name? Denard Wilson. I feel like Denard Wilson was a hell of a coach. I feel like Denard Wilson was a hell of a coach, and I feel like we should have never gave him up. I liked McDonald as well. McDonald was a good coach, but there wasn't no consistency with the coaching overall. Period. There wasn't no consistency overall with the coaching last season, but I'm really curious to see what Christian Parker brings to the table. It's going to be really exciting. Also, Bobby King, the linebacker coach as well, he spoke. Doug Nussmeier, the quarterback coach, he spoke as well. Bobby King's interview was interesting because he spoke about how there's a lot of competition in that linebacker room. And as of right now, they're trying to figure out who can do what. They're trying to figure out who's best at whatever it is they need them to do. And then they're rotating guys. And according to Bobby King, they're taking things slow in Nakobe Dean. Okay. Whatever they say. Me, I have a different perspective on that. I think Zach Bond is edging him out right now. And listen, don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna get to your comments. Y'all ain't getting this shit off. I'm paying attention to everything y'all saying, by the way. I'm taking notes. Don't think I ain't paying attention. I see all that shit. I'm hip. I'm hip to the game. I'm just trying to get through my game plan first. And once I get through the game plan, oh yeah, I'm coming for that. I see y'all. Don't get it twisted. So yeah, Bobby King spoke about Nakobe Dean. He spoke about the competition in the room. That's going to be exciting as well. Devin White has been flying around the field. Oh, come on, my man. Devin White has been playing very well. Oh man. And Doug Nussmeier, he spoke on my man Herb. My man G Herb, what's going on? Hope all is well, my friend. I appreciate you. But yeah, shout out to my man Glenn Irby, editor-in-chief at USA Today, covering the Philadelphia Eagles. Does an amazing job for USA Today, writing and covering the Philadelphia Eagles. Great writer, great perspective. I appreciate Glenn Irby. I got to bring him on, actually. I'm going to try to get him on maybe sometime this week. But yeah, Doug Nussmeier, they talked about Jalen Hurts, of course, Kenny Pickett, Jalen Hurts' progression and what he's working on, things of that nature, all that stuff. They never really give you too much. Overall, we know there's going to be a lot of competition all the way around. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is the quarterback, but that linebacker room, that DB room, there's a lot left to be discussed and a lot left to be figured out. But overall, I'm excited about this season. I'm excited about just the overall development of the players and the personnel. I can't wait to see where this thing goes. It's going to be so awesome. Stop chewing on my headphones, man. It's going to be so awesome to see. It's going to be so awesome to see. All right, now let's get to y'all motherfuckers. Let's get to y'all. Let's get to y'all. Let's get to y'all. Corey over here talking shit. Solomon Lord, Fitness Warrior. J Love finally found the live stream again. J Love want to talk about somebody going Hollywood. J Love ain't fuck with me, since last offseason. Yo, tell J Love to stop playing with me. All right, me and J Love ain't been saying eye to eye since like 2 years straight. Y'all, don't trust J Love. He a double agent. Don't trust J Love. He's a double agent. Just when you think he on your side, he flip on you. You gotta watch him. You gotta watch J Love. and then Corey. and then who was that? Who was that? Corey? One of y'all said y'all paid for my dog. No, the hell y'all didn't. It was a gift. It was a gift. Fuck out of here. One of y'all, who was it? Who was it? Which one of y'all said y'all paid for my dog? Was it Solomon? Who said they paid for my pup? Who was it? It was a gift from my father-in-law. No, leave my mini dachshund alone, bro. It's my little guy. It's my main man. Leave him alone, man. Yo, y'all the bid, man. I can't, yo. Listen, one thing I will say about y'all make it hard as hell to stay professional. I be trying so hard to just focus on the topics because sometimes I can get beside myself. I be trying so hard to focus on the topics and try to just get through the show. All right, my bad, Brian. I got you, Brian. My bad, Brian. My bad. Brian, I'll cut back on the cursing. I don't want you to get fired on your day off. So I'm playing. But Brian, I got you. I'm a cut back. I'm not going to cuss as much. But it's all love, Brian. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for always showing love, Brian. Let me do some shout outs, man. Shout out to Solomon Lord, Fitness Warrior. Shout out to my man Corey. Shout out to J Love, Bruce Banner. Who else we got here, man? My man Glenn Irby. Shout out to Forest Hill. Shout out to Twiz. I always appreciate Twiz in the building. Shout out to my man J62 Moon. JJ Irvin. Reggie McCants. Appreciate y'all, man. Who was that? Somebody said we signed another guard today. Did we? Did we now? Let's see here. Okay, we did sign another guard. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. So it says here the Philadelphia Eagles signed former second-round guard with starting experience. The Eagles have signed guard Max Sharping to bolster their depth on the offensive line. Written by Dave Zangaro. It says here the Eagles on Monday signed guard Max Sharping to bolster their depth on the offensive line. Sharping, who's 27 years old, was a second-round pick out of Northern Illinois back in 2019 and has played in 79 career NFL games with 33 starts. The Texans selected Sharping with the number 55 pick in 2019, and he started 14 games as rookie. All 33 of his regular season NFL starts came in his 3 years with the Texans. Over the past 2 seasons, Sharping played in 31 games with the Bengals, but didn't start a game and played just 43 total offensive snaps in the regular season. Because of injuries, Sharping did start all 3 games in the Bengals' 2022 playoff run at right guard before they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. During his career, Sharping has played at both guard positions and has even seen a little bit of time at center, according to Pro Football Focus. The Eagles list him as a guard. This appears to be a move to bolster the Eagles' offensive line depth as they kick off their 3-day mandatory minicamp this week. During OTAs, this is going to be exciting. Mandatory minicamp, I love that. During OTAs, the Eagles had second-year player Tyler Steen lining up as their first-team right guard. It certainly seems like that job is his to lose this summer. Steen was a third-round pick last year, but ended up behind Opeta in the pecking order when Cam Jurgens missed time. Jurgens, by the way, is now the Eagles' starting center in 2024, taking over for Jason Kelce. If Steen is able to secure the right guard spot, the Eagles' offensive line in 2024 will look like this from left to right. Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, Lane Johnson. Sharping will be competing for a roster spot this summer. The Eagles also have veteran Matt Hennessy as a veteran backup at the guard and center positions. Hennessy, who signed as a free agent, was the second-team right guard in OTA practices open to reporters. The Eagles lost their top 2 backup offensive linemen, Opeta and Jack Driscoll, in free agency this spring. They have added veterans Matt Hennessy, Mekhi Becton, and now Sharping to help bolster their depth. They also drafted 2 day 3 offensive linemen in Trevor Keegan and Dylan McMahon. So the rich continue to get richer. The Eagles continue to add to the offensive line. I really appreciate the Eagles doing what they do, man. The Eagles always are going to continue to add to that offensive line. Going to always add to that offensive line, and I love their mentality, man. I love the way they continue to always overcorrect the position. They never settle. And look, at the end of the day, with Jeff Stoutland, the cream is going to rise to the top. That's what I love. That's what I love about all this. The cream rise to the top. Man, one thing I will say, in this live chat, it goes without saying, Solomon, Corey, and Fitness Warrior, those 3 guys are arguably some of my biggest supporters and my biggest haters. Shout out to my man S. Blunt, too. He always support. But I must be frank with this. Solomon, Corey, and Fitness, my biggest supporters, but the biggest shit talkers in the building. Those three gentlemen embody Philly. They embody Philly. J Love, I'll give you some credit too. You talk your shit too. You talk your trash too. Excuse me. Sorry, Brian. You talk your trash too. But the reality is, like I said, hey, Corey, why don't you sponsor me, big dog? You the one with the business. You know what I'm saying? I've been giving you free promo, big dog. You know I got love for you, Corey. Come on, man. I've been giving you free promo, dog. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. You're doing me dirty. Come on, man. But no, it's all love, man. Look, I always love the heat y'all bring to the live chat. Y'all keep this thing engaging. Y'all keep it exciting. Y'all keep it electric. Y'all keep everybody enthused. You guys are, hey, J Love, shut up. J Love, shut up. Fall back, J Love. Fall back. Hey, listen, I don't care. I don't care what no man say. I don't care if you front. I don't care if y'all front. As men, and if you got a lady at home, we all got somebody we answer to. If any of y'all got a lady at home, we all got somebody we answer to. Don't front. Do not front, y'all. If you got a lady at home, y'all know what she say go. And we only got a set amount of time for us to have fun. Oh man, y'all got me smiling ear to ear, yo. Oh man, y'all got me smiling ear to ear. Hey, yo. Listen, man, ain't no shame in my game, man. Ain't no shame in my game. Ain't no shame. But look, man, I do gotta get out of here. I gotta take this dog outside. He getting a little squirrely. Yo, Bruce. Yo, y'all. Somebody pray for Bruce, man. Somebody take his phone, yo. Somebody take his phone. So, somebody take Bruce's phone. Like, on God. Somebody take his phone. But look, y'all know I appreciate y'all. If you guys came into the live stream late, I'm sorry. You guys got to double back. That first hour was insane. That first hour was off the charts. And I appreciate all of you guys for staying consistent with me, for always locking in on the content. You guys are amazing supporters. And I don't take that for granted. So please, before you guys get out of here, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the show, especially if you're new. Please make sure you stay subscribed. The content is going to be in full effect. You guys are tremendous. You guys are awesome. You guys are truly family in this building. Please make sure you guys lock in tomorrow. We're going to be live tomorrow as well. Okay? We're going to be live tomorrow as well. Make sure you guys lock in. The content only gets more fun. It only gets better, okay? It only gets better. So please make sure you guys lock in. I appreciate my YouTube family. I appreciate my X family. We got 92 people locked in on X. That's amazing. We got 55 people locked in on YouTube. That's tremendous. And I really appreciate you guys. So y'all already know how we get busy. It's Fly Eagles Fly. Y'all know how we get down here. It's Philly to the death of me. You know, I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.